What if I told you that there are 4 businesses that have never failed? Not once, not anywhere, not in any economy. And the blueprint for them has existed since the beginning of time. Most people spend their lives chasing trends, but these 4 timeless businesses, they chase purpose, not profit, and that's why they never collapse. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this: economies collapse, markets crash, industries fade, yet some forms of business never die. They outlive kings, kingdoms, and even entire civilizations. Why? Because they're not just built with strategy, they're built on eternal principles. And today, I'm going to share with you 4 kinds of businesses that never fail. By the end of this talk, you'll see why. If you align your work with these, you'll never have to fear losing it all. No matter the century, the culture, or the country, people will always need healing. Whether it's physical health, mental peace, or emotional balance, those who dedicate their work to restoring others' well-being will always be needed. Hospitals, counselors, wellness coaches, herbalists. This business never fades because pain and recovery are part of human life. The one who brings healing will always have purpose. Knowledge is the only asset that multiplies when shared. From ancient scrolls to digital courses, teachers have built the foundation of every civilization. As long as humans seek to grow, the business of education will never fail. You don't need a classroom to teach, just a heart willing to help others learn. This business doesn't run on profit, it runs on impact. Food has always been sacred because it sustains life. Farmers, cooks, restaurateurs, and food providers touch something divine. They turn earth into nourishment. No matter how advanced technology becomes, people will always hunger, not only for food but for care, for community, for the feeling of being fed with love. That's why this business never fails. Every act of service is an invisible investment that multiplies over time. Whether it's helping the poor, supporting the weak, or providing solutions to life's daily challenges, service-based businesses are eternal. They align with something deeper than money. They align with meaning, and meaning never goes out of demand. So, when the world tells you to chase trends, remember these trends fade, but truth remains. If you build your work around healing, teaching, feeding, or serving, you won't just build a business, you'll build a legacy. Because these aren't just enterprises, they are eternal callings. And when you serve what's eternal, you'll never fail. Timeless principles over temporary profits. This is the first and most important truth about businesses that never fail. When you look at the rise and fall of companies through history, you'll notice a pattern. Every business that focused only on trends, numbers, or quick success eventually faded away. But those built on timeless principles have lasted for generations. A principle is not a marketing strategy or a clever idea, it's a law. A truth that governs human life and behavior, and any business that aligns with these unchanging truths becomes almost unstoppable because it serves something deeper than demand. It serves purpose. When people chase profit, they are chasing something temporary. Money changes, markets shift, tastes evolve, and economies go through seasons of growth and decline. A business that depends only on these conditions will rise and fall with them. But when you build your business on timeless principles, like honesty, service, integrity, compassion, and value, you tap into a source of stability that the economy can't touch. You no longer depend on trends to succeed, you depend on truth. And truth never goes out of business. Think about it. Some of the world's oldest and most respected organizations didn't survive because they had the best advertising or the fanciest technology. They survived because they built their foundation on principles that people could trust. People don't stay loyal to a company because it's trendy. They stay loyal because it stands for something. Trust, reliability, and purpose are timeless currencies. They outlast money. When a business lives by these, it becomes more than a transaction. It becomes a relationship, and relationships are what sustain all success. A person guided by principles doesn't need to chase customers. Customers are drawn to them. Why? Because people instinctively trust what feels genuine. In a world full of noise and competition, the most powerful marketing strategy is authenticity. When your actions match your words, when your service reflects care, when your product genuinely helps someone, that creates a magnetic pull. You might not always grow fast, but you'll grow strong. Fast success fades, steady success stays. There's another layer to this truth. Principles create alignment between what you do and who you are. Many entrepreneurs burn out not because they lack skill or opportunity, but because their work has no connection to their values. When your business conflicts with your conscience, it drains you. But when your business expresses your values, it fuels you. That's why the most resilient businesses are born out of purpose, not pressure. They're not reacting to what's popular. They're responding to what's right. A timeless principle doesn't care about fashion or fads. For example, integrity will never be outdated. Compassion will never go out of style. Excellence will never stop being respected. These are not business tactics. They are moral foundations. And when your work is grounded in them, you can face crisis, competition, or criticism without collapsing. Even when the world changes, your core remains the same. It's like a tree rooted deeply into the earth. Storms may bend it, but they can't uproot it. If you study every lasting empire, every enduring brand, every respected leader, you'll see this pattern repeat. They built with vision, not vanity. They focused on giving more than taking. They created value before seeking validation. Because when you serve people sincerely, profit becomes the byproduct, not the purpose. Money follows meaning. The moment you make meaning your goal, you stop chasing success and start attracting it. The real secret of never failing businesses is that they don't measure success only by income, but by impact. They ask, are we improving lives? Are we adding genuine value? Are we solving real problems? And when the answer is yes, the reward is inevitable. People are drawn to what helps them, and society supports what serves it. So, when your business model reflects these principles, it becomes self-sustaining. Temporary profits can buy luxury, but timeless principles build legacy. Every generation that focuses only on making money eventually loses it. Every generation that focuses on making meaning leaves something that lasts. That's why timeless businesses aren't obsessed with being the biggest. They focus on being the most trusted. Trust is slow to earn, but impossible to destroy when it's real. The danger of the modern age is speed. Everyone wants instant results, but growth that happens overnight often disappears just as fast. Principles require patience. They demand consistency. They ask you to keep doing the right thing, even when it doesn't immediately pay off. But when the harvest comes, it's abundant and lasting. That's the difference between a plant that grows in a pot and a tree that grows in the ground. One is temporary, the other is timeless. So, if you want to build something that never fails, focus less on what sells today and more on what will still matter tomorrow. The foundation of your business should be built with values that no market crash can erase. Because trends may change, technology may evolve, and times may move forward, but truth, the kind rooted in timeless principles, will always stand firm. Service is the real currency, not money, not marketing, not manipulation, but genuine service. When you study the businesses that stand the test of time, one thing becomes clear. They exist because they serve. They meet a real need, solve a real problem, and add real value to people's lives. The moment a business forgets how to serve, it begins to decline, no matter how big it once was. Serving others is not a weakness in business. It's the foundation of strength. It's what keeps customers coming back. It's what turns buyers into believers. And it's what transforms work into worship. Service is not about selling something. It's about giving something that makes a difference. The difference between businesses that last and those that fade is that lasting ones are driven by purpose, while fading ones are driven only by profit. A company that wakes up each day asking, "How can we serve better?" will never lack growth, because people never stop needing service. But when a company wakes up asking, "How can we sell more?" it begins to lose its soul. Selling focuses on what you can get. Serving focuses on what you can give. And paradoxically, the more you give, the more you receive. That's a law that no economic system can change. The world remembers those who serve it. When a business makes service its mission, it becomes essential to people's lives. It becomes something they can't imagine living without. Think about it. Some of the biggest names across industries didn't start as billion-dollar corporations. They started as individuals or small teams who found a way to make people's lives easier, happier, or better. They solved problems, answered needs, and built trust. Over time, that service grew into success. The secret is that they didn't chase money, they chased meaning. They didn't chase fame, they chased fulfillment. And in doing so, money and fame came anyway, because people always reward genuine service. Real service requires empathy. It means stepping into another person's shoes and seeing the world through their eyes. When you understand someone's pain, frustration, or desire, you can design something that truly helps them. That connection builds loyalty that money can't buy. People don't remember what you sold them. They remember how you made them feel. A great product might attract them once, but great service keeps them for life. That's why businesses that truly serve don't have to spend their entire budget convincing people to buy. Their customers become their marketers. Word of mouth from a grateful person is more powerful than any advertisement. Service also demands humility. It means recognizing that your role is not to impress people but to improve them. It's about lowering yourself to lift others. In the modern world, where many businesses compete to look superior, the ones that succeed are those that choose to serve instead of show off. Humility opens hearts. When people sense sincerity, they trust you. When they trust you, they buy from you. And when they buy from you, they stay with you. Not because they must, but because they want to. Another truth about service is that it multiplies. When you serve someone genuinely, you're not just impacting one person. You're touching everyone that person interacts with. A smile you give today can inspire kindness in 10 others tomorrow. A problem you solve for one customer can ripple into a positive effect across a community. That's how businesses that serve create influence, not by dominance, but by devotion. Their growth isn't loud, but it's lasting. Their expansion isn't forced, but it's natural. They rise because people lift them up through loyalty and gratitude. There's also a spiritual side to service. When your work becomes about serving others, it aligns you with a higher purpose. It gives meaning to your effort and turns ordinary tasks into acts of contribution. It's why some people can work long hours and still feel fulfilled, because they know they're helping someone, not just earning something. That inner satisfaction becomes a fuel that no paycheck can replace. A business that serves from the heart becomes more than a business. it becomes a mission. And missions don't die, they evolve and expand. Every successful entrepreneur eventually realizes that service is strategy. It's not just a nice idea, it's a powerful business model. When you focus on service, you automatically improve quality. Because you care about the customer's experience. You communicate better because you want them to understand. You innovate more because you're looking for new ways to meet their needs. Service drives excellence naturally without forcing it. And excellence is what sustains reputation. Even in the toughest times, when markets crash or competitors rise, a business rooted in service remains standing. Because service creates community, and community creates support. People protect and promote what serves them. When others shut down the service, driven business adapts because it's connected to people's needs. And needs never disappear. Every challenge becomes a chance to serve differently, to serve better. That's why such businesses don't fear change, they embrace it, knowing that service is always relevant. At the heart of every lasting legacy is this simple truth: when you serve others, you secure your own success. Service builds bridges where greed builds walls. It unites where competition divides. It turns strangers into partners and partners into family. The greatest wealth is not measured in what you store, but in the smiles you create, the problems you solve, and the lives you uplift through the work you do every single day. Legacy over luxury. This is the choice that separates those who build for the moment from those who build for eternity. In every generation, people chase luxury, thinking that success is measured by what they own, what they wear, or what they can show the world. But luxury fades. Fashions change, possessions lose their shine. Legacy, on the other hand, endures. It's not about what you collect, but what you contribute. It's not about what you have when you die, but what remains after you're gone. When a business chooses legacy over luxury, it stops being just a business and becomes a movement. Something that continues to influence, inspire, and impact even when the founder is no longer there. Luxury feeds the ego, but legacy feeds the world. The pursuit of luxury is self-centered. It asks, how much can I get? The pursuit of legacy is selfless. It asks, how much can I give? Every great civilization, every visionary leader, every timeless company that has stood through generations was built with the mindset of legacy. They understood that the true measure of greatness is not how high you climb, but how many people rise because of you. They didn't just aim to make money, they aimed to make meaning. They knew that wealth is temporary, but impact is eternal. Luxury can buy attention, but legacy earns respect. You can buy a big house, but not a good name. You can buy comfort, but not contribution. You can buy followers, but not faithfulness. People may envy your luxury, but they'll honor your legacy. A business that focuses only on luxury chases trends. It spends endlessly trying to look successful rather than be successful. But a business built on legacy invests in people, values, and vision. It seeks to build something that generations can benefit from, something that adds value long after the applause has faded. The truth is, luxury is about consuming, while legacy is about creating. Anyone can consume, few choose to create. Consumption ends with you, creation continues beyond you. When you build for luxury, you might enjoy your time, but when you build for legacy, your time becomes timeless. That's why some names still echo centuries after their founders. They created something that mattered. Their work served a purpose bigger than profit, and that purpose gave it immortality. Luxury often demands display, but legacy demands discipline. The temptation to show success can destroy it. Many people rise fast because of luxury, but fall just as quickly because it was built on pride, not purpose. Legacy requires patience, the willingness to build quietly, steadily, faithfully, without needing constant validation. It's about investing in quality instead of quantity, in meaning instead of momentary pleasure. You can't fake legacy. It's written in how you treat people, how you solve problems, and how you use your influence. The greatest irony is that those who chase legacy often find luxury anyway. Because when you focus on serving, building, and uplifting, success follows naturally. But those who chase luxury rarely find peace, because the appetite for more never ends. The desire for luxury is like drinking salt water. The more you have, the thirstier you become. But legacy satisfies in a deeper way. It gives you purpose that no possession can replace. It allows you to look at your work and say, "This will outlive me." Legacy is built through consistency, through the daily choice to do what is right, not just what is profitable. It's built through the relationships you nurture, the people you mentor, and the values you refuse to compromise. Every decision either adds to your legacy or takes away from it. Every time you choose integrity over opportunity, quality over quantity, purpose over popularity, you're writing a story that will be told long after you're gone. Businesses built on legacy think generationally. They don't just ask, "What will this do for me?" but, "What will this do for others?" They invest in people, in education, in sustainability, in community. They know that true wealth is not measured in numbers, but in names. The names of those whose lives they've improved. When you operate with that mindset, you're not just earning a living, you're shaping the future. And the future always rewards those who think beyond themselves. Luxury is loud, but legacy speaks quietly and powerfully. It shows up in the respect of your employees, the loyalty of your customers, the gratitude of your community. It shows up in the way people speak your name when you're not in the room. Luxury can disappear in a market crash, but legacy grows stronger with time. Because legacy lives in people's hearts, not on balance sheets. Many people believe success means reaching the top, but true success is helping others climb with you. Luxury ends at the gates of your mansion. Legacy walks beyond them, touching lives you may never meet. It's found in the seeds you plant, the values you pass on, and the love you leave behind through your work. A life built on luxury can make you rich for a moment, but a life built on legacy makes you remembered forever.